Alrighty, folks, we are back. Back with more Dark Tide for you all. With a returning character, which we'll get to in a minute. But until then, who are you? What are you? And to celebrate tomorrow, which is National Zipper Day, what's your favourite thing with a zip? Starting with Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Tavinta, mage, mortician, lawyer, all that stuff. And my favourite thing with the zip, I've got some jackets I like, but I suppose nostalgia points me towards Zippy from Rainbow.
I mean, yes, it could be. Could be your favourite thing with a zip.
I mean, he was always hyper aggressive and I don't know, the Larry one of the bunch, which I think appealed to me as a kid. So, yeah, I'll say Zippy from Rainbow. Why not?
Fair enough. Next we have the newlywed Mr. Tom.
Hello, it's me, Mr. Tom. Currently, I am. Wait, am I still William a pal?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He's a sort of slightly. He's an older gentleman, town guard, who hasn't really had much action in a long time, and so he's jollying along and hitting things with a pike, and trying to adventure how he imagines adventurers have always adventured. If everything was a zipper, probably just trousers. I'm a boring man. What can I say?
Fair enough. Any particular type of trousers, or just trousers in general?
I mean, these trousers are pretty nice. Nothing particularly special about them, but
Fair enough. Next we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, our very grumpy Dalish elf healer. I'm trying to think. I think probably I have a really nice Lacuna Coil hoodie that is like one of my favourite hoodies because it's just comfy. And it's like a nice zippy hoodie. Because the back of it reminds me of the Umbrella Corporation. I don't know why.
Fair enough. And finally, making the return to Dark Tide, we have Bach.
Hello.
Baby.
I play Tristan, who is a surviving Ferelden Grey Warden that went to Orlais to help out, and is a ranger. And as far as zippers go, they are the bane of my existence. I don't really like zippers. I'm always afraid I'm going to get myself stuck in one, like the skin, like when you're zipping them up, or...
Ouch.
Yep. Alright, okay, well, what happened last time?
Nothing. Nothing happened at all. We went through a village, we sorted a problem, and we left that village. And went to the next one. And nothing happened.
Yep, there's no chance of anything bad happening in that village again.
As far as William knows, we arrived, we walked through, we left, and that's all that happened. There was no mudslide or sinkhole or any explosion of any kind.
Yeah, no red lyrium, no danger to us all.
No gardener of red lyrium.
How do you garden red lyrium?
Because
Very
it
carefully.
grows. Yeah, because it grows like
Without sneezing at any point.
it's like a spider plant almost.
Oh, okay.
It like
That's kinda
spreads
weird.
off like that. It like sprouts off.
Well,
Alright, well, we will carry on from there then. So you sped off along the road after the sinkhole incident, and then you had your little interaction with your the Tevinter medical man.
Oh yes.
If you want to explain that again before we move on.
We bumped into the like Grey's Anatomy specialist of Tevinter. We did like the founding book of like anatomy and stuff, and he got very interested in poor Junie, So we kind of told him that Quinari were off further afield, and he decided that he would go and try and visit them because he was interested in their anatomy. So yeah, we sent him off towards the Quinari.
Well, that's nice.
Well, like, I recognize the value of his work. I didn't really want to get rid of him, so to speak, but we thought, well, maybe he'll do all right. Maybe he'll slow the Qunari down. He's better off with them than us, and certainly better off away from the cat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way he was looking at Junie.
Was he a bit of a creepy creep?
He wanted to vivisect her. So
That's pretty high on the list of creepiness.
yeah.
On
On
So,
the scale of
system layer by
on
layer.
the scale of creepiness, that's pretty high.
Yes. So instead of vivisecting Junie, we proposed that he go and
Piss off.
venture and see the Qunari, because he was also very, very interested in them. So yeah, we convinced him to do that.
What a creepy creeper.
Right, well, you head off along the road, and after another couple of days of travel, where the towns you pass seem to be more and more deserted as it goes on, eventually you go through this small valley, and the other side you come across this massive refugee camp.
Damn.
And as you look to sort of the other end of it, you see these gigantic, almost kind of, well, looks like some sort of sandstone, but it's like a sort of very oval wall right in front of you.
Curved towards us or away from us?
It's sort of curving round in front of you, so you can see this just massive, like a curved wall.
Are we on the outside of the curve or the inside?
Yes, you're on the outside of the curved wall.
The outside of the curve.
And
okay.
all these refugee camps, there's easily a couple of thousand people, if not more, just camped outside, and you see the gates remain thoroughly shut. As you look around for someone who looks even vaguely in charge, you see a you immediately you glance over, and standing, trying to calmly explain to people what the fuck's going on, you see what looks like a Grey Warden. What do you want to do?
The first Grey Warden in many moons.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, do we want to kick any of these people out into the refugee camp?
I mean,
Back?
if they want to go, they can go. They don't have to stick with us.
Yeah, but, like, are we nominally in charge of them if they stick with us?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Essentially, they are refugees. So
Yeah.
Here's a refugee camp. Off you go.
Yeah,
this is as far as we can take you, kind of a deal.
It's
Yeah,
good luck. But
we're on Grey Warden business. We gotta go.
Yeah.
You don't want to stick with
are.
us.
oh
Yeah.
yes, we are. Yes,
We are.
I'm not a Grey Warden. All right, this takes me a little bit of time to catch up sometimes.
All right, buddy. We got you. But anybody wants to get off needs to get off.
Well,
How many people-
I think I'll stay here for a while longer, talking to my friend Mandy here. We're gonna have a
Oh, God.
small business relationship going on.
Except for you, you're definitely getting off. The rest of you can come or go, but you're off.
Think of all the money you could make here, Valerian. All these willing marks.
You know, what's a pretty penny when you need to get through them gates, you know?
Hate you more and more.
I am. How long does Thorned Roots last? And how fast does this cart go?
One day we'll be rid of this dwarf. I one day hope we meet Yevon and Yevon just takes care of because I'd love to see that showdown.
Just claps him over the head. So right, you're a Grey Warden now. Go get your dubbing or whatever it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna boot people off that we don't need.
Mhm.
Well, not boot, but like kindly be like, this is a refugee camp. You don't want to travel with us, Grey Wardens. You've seen enough crap.
Yeah, we might be going back that way.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Bye.
Alright, so who's left on the cart? Well,
Robin,
us,
us,
Robin, Manny.
Valerian, Manny.
When did we pick up Manny? He's been around forever. Was he in the
Manny-
first episode?
Manny is our driver. He has been with us since like
When we left the Grey Warden camp, I
for
think.
Manny-
for 7 episodes.
Manny, you picked up because he was a part of the injury claiming dwarf very early on. The one that was claiming he was attacked by bandits and it was your fault.
Oh yeah, very early on.
Wasn't it It was around about the time we got the bathtub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, distracted. Is everyone else gone?
I think so. Yeah.
The dwarf and the elf that the 2 elves that you'd given a lift to jump off, the elf and the dwarf that you had stopped from grave robbing, or that you put it, have got off to go and speak to someone. Valerian is just still talking to Manny. You notice him taking out some playing cards and trying to like point certain numbers out to him. And you're slightly confused what he's
And
doing
Manny's
this
just
time,
like
but
some beans.
Yeah. Poor Manny doesn't understand.
You see him
Yeah.
snap. Oh, I've got one.
Oh, Manny.
We love him.
I
Well-
suppose we'll just wander over and Wraith and Ruth will like flash their mark. Not say anything, maybe just flash their
Nothing. I'm being crude.
and just like wait for a minute and to see if he comes to talk to us, I suppose.
Yeah,
I don't
sounds
want to
good.
interrupt. Don't really want to like announce our presence if we don't have to.
Yeah, just hold up the wrist and give him a knowing look and a nod or something, man.
Yeah, kind of like a can we talk kind of nod. Like can we have a minute? We're brothers.
I'm gonna just be like nervously point out to you two that I'm not actually a Grey Warden. Is this gonna be okay?
You're fine. You're fine. You're with us. It's all right.
Oh, good. Because that always goes well, doesn't it, with being with you?
You're still alive, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mended your hand, did I not?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I
Fair
reattached your
enough.
fingers.
Fair enough.
Delicate work, I'll have you know.
Yes. Yes, it was. Thank you for that.
Alright. So as you flash the symbol, you notice the other, well, it looks like the other Grey Warden does seem to notice you and walks over. And I will let you, you'll discuss with back now what happens with that when you get close to each other.
Ooh.
I think I would recognize some faces, wouldn't I? I mean, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd recognize you as we get closer.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wait a minute.
What?
Tristan.
That couldn't be. No.
Once Tristan realizes he recognizes, he'll be like, roll his eyes. Oh God, this guy, these people.
To be fair, the cat is asleep and the meathead is dead. So you
Yeah.
know, these are probably the two most sensible people who remain.
You're probably wondering how the mages survived and the other. You're just like, where are the others?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, no. Grem, whatever. Meathead. He died before you left, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who was I when you went? Oh God, it was Jose, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was Jose.
Oh,
Oh,
Jose.
God.
Oh, Jose.
I'll probably ask what you guys are doing.
What have you been? About, probably.
Grey Warden business.
Well, we're Grey Wardens now, so it's kind of our business. But I mean, we went to Ferelden and it was shit show, and then we went to
Kirkwall, and that was also a shit show. And now we've just been traveling back to get back to headquarters and Yevon, and
Trying to find any Grey Wardens anywhere.
yeah.
Well, you found one.
Hooray!
Okay. So what's the orders? Do we know?
Are there orders?
Yeah.
That is a good question. He totally hasn't been like secretly trying to get back into Ferelden or anything. No, no, not him.
Oh.
Oh.
So where have you been all this time? And
On the front lines, trying to keep Orlais safe. Is his go-to response.
okay.
Okay.
But
What's behind the wall then? And why are all these refugees here?
Behind the wall is Starkhaven.
Oh,
What's that?
it's another city in the free marches.
Oh.
one that Tristan knows very well.
Oh, that. Do you know how we can get in? Can we?
I might know a few ways.
Ooh. Well then.
Are we able to get the cart through?
It's a good question. It's a big part.
I'm thinking more of the bathtub because as soon as we get into Starkhaven, I'm having a bath. Ruth has not changed.
Yeah, well, please get some new clothes. If you haven't
Yeah.
changed, they're going to be really stinky.
Oh, the whole shebang. We've got enough gold to. I mean, are we gonna have to bribe our way in, Tristan, or?
That's what he was trying to figure out.
Oh.
From
Hasn't
what,
been through the war
from what
yet.
you understand, they have shut the door to refugees because there have been literal thousands fleeing the Canary. They
Oh,
seem
gee,
to
I wonder
only want
why.
to let in nobles or noble stock.
Okay. So, do we march up to the gate and say we're Grey Wardens and we're passing through? And then offer gold?
I think that might be the best option. Just diplomatically, Grey Wardens surely should be allowed. I mean, really, we can lean on that as hard as possible. Shove it in their face and just be like, no business. We're
Yeah.
protecting you.
We're coming in, we will possibly buy some goods and services, and then we will leave.
Alright. Well, they're not going to take Ruth seriously. So.
They're going to
he's
take any of us seriously? We're currently comprised of a Tevinter, an elf, Poncy Old Town Guard, and a cat. Oh, and a headless horse, I suppose.
And Tristan. And Tristan.
And Tristan. Tristan's probably the best, actually. Yeah, Tristan to the fore here, because definitely the most official.
I was gonna say probably Tristan and Wraith because
Wraith is a lawyer.
He is a lawyer. He is a lawyer.
At this point, I mean, he's kind of past the bar just through practice.
yes. Yeah, and I'm resigned to picking up the bread, which is fine because it kind of works being an elf, so everybody kind of thinks I'm his lackey anyway, which Ruth does not like, but
No.
he's going with it. So yeah, he'll just kind of lurk behind, griping under his breath as they talk. But yeah, I think we don't mention Robin. We keep Robin under wraps still.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just drive up.
Keep him under the tub.
Yeah. Unconscious.
It's
Forever
fine.
unconscious. Forever unconscious.
He's just having a sleep, you know?
It's fine. We feed
It's
him.
all fine. It's fine. There's no problem here. There better not be a problem here. Or else we're
What?
going to be in trouble.
Tristan may know someone inside the city, but he may be hesitant to give that away.
That's all right.
Alright. So you head towards the main gate, slowly, like, using the cart to, like, almost ferry the refugees to either side. As you work your way to the front. As you get to the gate, a guard in very shiny white and gold armour leans through the portcullis and goes, "Yeah? What's your gig then?"
Hail, we're the Grey Wardens. We're here on business. We require access to your city for supplies and recuperation.
Well, Grey Wardens are, they're not really nobles, are they?
I think you'll find we're quite the noble sorts. Just look at us.
Don't look at us.
He
Can I whip off my my rusty old helmet and put on my fancy cap
the
instead?
fancy cap.
Actually,
yes.
no, we're on the road. I'll be wearing my fancy cap anyway.
I see. Okay.
Sorry.
Fancy,
So
fancy.
you do that, and he sort of looks you over and he goes, "Just a minute." And he sort of looks round behind the thing and sort of says, "Well, if you are of noble stock, you'll be able to afford the 500 gold to get in."
500, you say?
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Bugger.
This is racketeering.
No, this is the
Profiteering
order.
during wartime is really frowned upon.
No, this is from the orders of the royal house.
Which royal
I mean,
house is it?
I could look the other way.
Hmm?
He sort of
Yes. Why? What's the other way?
he sort of makes a sort of hand. You sort of look down his hands, making sort of like gimme gesture.
I'll do it.
Anything to give him.
I'll do it. I'll go up to the portcullis and stick a hand through and, you know, give him what he wants.
Well, that was lovely, but what about the gold?
Oh,
This is gonna be something we can negotiate. 500's a lot.
I'm gonna go and wipe my hand. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep.
Back in my day, back in my day, that would never happen. Serious. Let you in and just go on one
It
card
was-
for once.
It was more the way
Yeah.
Pete was just nonchalant about it that got me. Oh, that
What
was
happened to
lovely.
solidarity between guards? Nothing wrong with an old reach around.
Solidarity between guys.
Solidarity between guards. He knows what he wants.
New guards just aren't the same as the old. Oh god.
Takes a while
I
for
was just gonna give him a look, just like side eye him, just be, and trying so hard not to laugh.
Surely there's surely there's something we can do for you, my dear sir.
Well, he's already just done quite a lot, I suppose. Day by day better.
Oh, sorry.
Well, if you're satisfied, then surely the door.
Well, yeah, but it requires opening the door, and then my superiors will ask, why did you open the door? And I mean, if you were delivering something, it would only be 100.
Well, we do have some medical supplies that could be useful, so that that we can trade in the city.
I suppose.
I myself I'm a healer of trade, so the stock we have will provide ample drafts
We don't
for
trust
healing.
mages. Not after the
Oh, no,
tower
no.
burnt down.
Oh no, I'm a natural healer, like
Herbalist.
herbalist and such.
Oh, that's alright then. Well, 100 gold and you can go through.
100 gold, 100 gold.
Do we have 100 gold?
Oh yeah, we do. We
Okay.
have tons of gold.
We do?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's in the car. It's like
Oh yeah, it is.
it's like crafting all the nooks and crannies.
All the money that just was there when you stole the car.
Yep.
So yeah, you give him 100 gold. He opens the gate and lets you in. You trundle into
Am I-
the first bit of Starkhaven.
Presumably, I've managed to get back by this point.
Presumably so.
Yes. We've
Um,
grabbed you as you're like running towards the cart. Grabbed you.
Yep.
So
Okay, we're in.
you're now in the sort of streets of Starkhaven. That you immediately notice there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of what look like homeless just lining the streets.
Right, that's why they didn't want more refugees then.
Yeah. It's already like sprawling everywhere.
Everybody keep the purse tight.
So as you travel through the streets, eventually you come to a large square, where it looks like there seems to be some sort of public trial going on. And you see a small cage off to the side full of what looks like people in robes, and then being slowly drawn out one by one and placed in this sort of strange contraption, where it seems to keep their mouth shut and their hands still so they can't do anything. They seem to talk for a while and then just behead them, and then the circle just repeats.
Oh god, are they all mages?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Hide Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth and Wraith, I suppose. We better get in the back of the cart and keep our heads down. If they catch sight or sound of us.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah, Ruth's gonna actually make some potion drafts, not like with herbology and stuff. And be like,
I am not getting accused of witchcraft.
I'm making these just in case.
I mean, as a mortician / lawyer, technically, there's no magic there. No siree.
Mm.
Herbalist is fine. Manny he's definitely fine. Not an ounce of magic in him.
Judy knows shapeshifting. You cannot talk.
Judy,
You're a regular ass cat.
hide.
Your regular ass cat /
Hide.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might they go after Junie? Be like, oh, that's a weird demon thing.
Yeah, I think she needs to hide. Be very, very careful and hide.
Mm.
I'd like to figure out why they're killing mages.
Mm.
Is there anybody kind of leading the process that we can see?
It seems to be a man in a suit, which seems to a man in like obvious finery robes. It seems to literally just kind of read a name, read the same 3 paragraphs, then sort of chap a gavel, and then the beheading happens, and then it just repeats. He doesn't seem to even look at the people being beheaded anymore.
Mm.
If the gavel's anything to go by, then maybe he's just rendering judgment, but doing it in a kind of very rote. Not really actually judging because they're already guilty, he knows.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This isn't a trial. This isn't a trial to ascertain guilt. This is a sentencing hearing.
Yeah, it's just sentencing straight to death.
Well, that's cheery. Let's take as little possible time in this horrible place before we get mugged or beheaded or both.
I don't know,
Mugged
maybe
and beheaded.
I don't know, maybe I think William, you're probably best suited being like an old town guard. Maybe to like
Village guard.
yeah, okay, village guard. I made you a town guard. Don't sell yourself short, William.
You get an extra £0.5 a month when you're a town guard, and your own beer keg.
See?
No beer supplied, of course. It's empty, but you know, at least you get the keg.
Yeah. Because you could like probably be like, oh, what's going on here?
All right, town guards love a good gossip. I'll grease them up with some whiskey and see what we can say.
Okay.
See what we can see. You guys find and know somewhere to.
Yeah, we'll tuck down an alley
Yeah.
nearby just so we can keep an eye.
Okay.
Sell water as cures for warts or something, and he'll be indistinguishable from half the
Ruth
merchants
will,
around here, I imagine.
Ruth will sit out with some of the potions that he's made.
But make sure that at least some of them are scam potions, because that is the mark of a true merchant for a group of people in desperation.
Do you want me to risk being beheaded? I think we just
No,
keep things above the
but-
book.
Oh, all right. That way, people don't think you're a real merchant, though. They think you're just a healer.
He's gonna have like a pestle and mortar and be like mushing herbs. Just be like,
Get some
I'm...
moss off those roof tiles, quick.
Shove some elf fruit in there.
Yeah,
Get some.
that'll do it. It doesn't have to be particularly effective cure-all, I suppose.
No,
Just
exactly.
Something. This is just simple poultice to reduce joint
Welling.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gentle. They're for gentle ailments, not like. He's not claiming that they're
sore.
curing. Yeah, he's not
not
claiming
sore
that they're
bones,
a
no.
cure for things.
It's just ease the swelling.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go and moose around then and see what I can get from the town guards.
Okay, you walk around. The
And
town
hop
guards
off.
are very, very sort of aloof compared to town guards you've dealt with before, but they are all kind of quite happy with their shiny gold and white, sort of white metal armor. Not bad.
My armor's a bit dinked up still, isn't it? Probably. It's brass and maybe a bit rusty and
Yeah.
but I do have a fancy beret, so that's got to count for something, and a nice shiny halberd. But yeah, I guess I'll look up to the one that looks the least experienced. You can tell because of the way they stand. Maybe.
So as you start talking, you sort of come over and you make a gesture. You hear, "Oh, hi, pet. How you doing?"
All right. So what's going on here then?
Oh well, we're just getting through the backlog.
All right. I've been out of town for quite a while now. What's been going on? Anything new?
Oh, since the tower burned down, we're still looking for Decimus.
Decimus.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, heck. All these
We're not sure where he's
mages'
gone to,
names.
but eventually one of them's going to talk.
No. Well, they ain't, are they? Their mouths shut. Eh?
Well, we can't
Hey.
let them talk, otherwise they'll do that magic stuff, won't they?
Yeah. Well,
But
I'll tell you what,
eventually we'll
mages'
find out
names.
where he is, so we'll kill him.
What's his name again? Decimal?
Decimus, yeah.
Decimus. Oh, they all got the same names, haven't they? These
Yeah,
mages.
old Ponzi
magic-y
names,
mages. Dear me.
But,
Anyway.
yeah, since the tower burned down, it's been chaos, but we're getting on top of it now.
You're working through.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on, that's the way.
That's the
Alright,
way,
well.
yeah. Exactly, yeah. You
Alright,
looking for a job?
alright. I won't say no to one. Anything good?
Well,
Anything good going?
We just need people to guard these elves. Well, we keep them separate from the rest of the mages because they're elves. They're not really worth keeping in good cages.
Oh, right. I see. Fair enough then.
They're in that
All
sort
right,
of
well,
they're in a sort of wooden box over there. But we're always needing guards.
All right. I see. All right. Who am I talking to then for that? Who's the boss? Who's the big cheese?
Just talk to Alan over there. He's the sort of main man. And he points to a guard in incredibly shiny armor and helmet.
Shininess is the hierarchy, apparently. All right. Well, I think I'll have a word with him in the morning. Then I'm pretty dead tired, mate. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's fine, pet. Yeah.
have a bite, slip close, have some, shut my eyes. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks anyway. Appreciate it.
No problem,
friendly
pet. Hopefully see
tap
you
around the
around.
shoulder. No. All right. Well, I guess I'll trudge back down the street, looking around, trying to work out where the hell you guys have gone. which back alley you've gone down.
You just see this like flap open and a hand. You just see Ruth's outside. He's like got all his little potion stand.
Potion cellar.
Have I made any money?
You've made a couple of silver. You've not made much, but you've had at least a little bit.
Yeah. Just
Good-o.
keeping it going.
Good eye. So I would like to relay the information I have picked up,
All right, we'll go back in the cart.
which is, there's some jobs going to guard a box of elves, if we want them. That's all
Excuse
the
me?
important stuff, I think. No. So they're basically any mage in the city is to be summarily executed on account of a tower burning down. Some mage called a Decimus, and basically any and every mage is suspect and therefore to be put to death. What else? Did he say?
Tower.
Did it say what did Decimus do?
No, not specifically, but it sounds like they burnt or blew up a tower of some kind, and then
The Mage's Tower.
possibly,
Yeah.
and then so they're rounding up all the mages and
Oh, so they're basically liquidating the circle. They're basically doing the rite of annulment, which is basically cleansing. Basically, one bad mage has resulted in the whole tower being dissolved, basically.
bad mage is in incompetent or bad mage is in evil.
But usually
Usually evil, but
Usually
not
evil.
necessarily.
Usually blood magic.
Possibly, but it's hard to tell with the way they treat mages. You know, it could be, Decimus could be innocent and did it because he felt he had to.
I feel I know this name. It feels familiar.
No googling
No Google. No Googling.
yet. You can Google after the session is over. You can be like, oh, of course. Right, what
Start
else?
caving and this name rings a bell and I can't place it right now.
So I'll mention that there's the elves are kept separate in the wooden box, and that there's jobs going to guard them. Just putting that out there.
If we could get that job and get close to the elves, maybe they can tell us what's going on, what's really going on.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I'm gonna take a look at the other 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on who you're counting. None of you are really, guard material, and I'm gonna, step my back a bit and just, fluff myself up. So you have to have a certain standard to be a guard, don't you?
Are you volunteering?
Well, I suppose as the chap with the most experience in the business, I suppose I should. Dear. I love William. He's such a character. He's gonna die sooner or later, and I'm gonna be real sad.
I'm gonna be so sad.
I think he's probably a character. Well, I say that. I've been attached to all of them, even Jose, just because he was such an absolute.
I just realised I've been doing this whole session without my headphones on, so apology if the audio at this point is terrible. I apologise. Because I realised I haven't had my headset on this whole time. I'll put it on now, so hopefully I can save the audio for this aspect. But yeah, apologies to anyone who's editing this later on if the audio is fucking terrible.
Oh no!
Sorry, future pup.
It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Anyway, but
Well, yes, I'm not the most muscular type, I'll give you that. I'm not really guard material, but yes, if you're willing to lead, you can at least do the talking, convince them. We'll be alright.
I think I know my way around a guard or two. I've been running circles around them since they were nippers. He says.
I'm
That's
not
what he's
good
saying. That's what he's saying. That's not what it's like, but that's what he's saying. He thinks a bit big himself. He does.
Oh, I love William so much.
I'm not going to be any use out there. They'll take one look at me and throw me in that box. So
Yeah, probably.
I'll just remain here. But Tristan's probably some guard material at least.
You
At
can
least
look
you
the
have
part.
backup. Yeah, you can look the part.
Yeah, we'll get you. You gotta stick your belly out a bit more and look around like you own the place, you know. Because you do really when you're a guard. You're the one who makes sure everything's safe and proper. That's what you do.
I do think
Alright.
you should do all the talking, William. I think you're very good at this.
Well, thank you. Glad to get some. Good to get some appreciations these days. I love him so much. He's such a good character. All right. All right. I guess you two will stay with the cart then.
We'll keep watch. We'll keep lookout.
I said I did say I'd be back tomorrow morning. But we could go there today. What is it? Sort of late in the afternoon or evening or
It's lovely afternoon, yeah.
morning? Early afternoon.
Yep.
Early afternoon. Well, we could do half a day's work. All right. All right. I'll. Does Tristan look appropriately guardish?
I mean, he's in the Grey Warden uniform, but it's more medium armor than heavy armor.
Yeah, we could like take off the Grey Warden patches or
Yeah.
insignias or anything.
Take off the insignias and
Yeah, cover them
make
up
you look
or
like a village guard or a small town guard rather than somewhere. Because big impressive places have their own uniforms, don't they? So
You
we
can
wanna-
drop some armor, Tristan.
We want you to look like a sort of not inexperienced as such, but like a small time guard rather than a big time guard. Because then they'll expect you to know everything and be perfectly presentable. Whereas if they think you're just some town bobby like they do me, then you can get away with a bit more. So I guess you guys okay for food and everything?
Yeah. Yep. We'll just keep an eye out and I'll flog my wares.
Yes, I'll lay low in this in our art, and I think I'll study that book of fabric and anatomy that I've been hanging on to. Might learn a thing or two about taking them down.
Yeah, thank goodness. All right. Yeah, I guess we go down to the guard that I was to the big fancy guard. On the way, I'll not give a nod to the guard I was talking to. Just make sure we're seen and being seen. I'll go up to the big shiny guard. Say, I hear you was looking for a spare pair of hands, Gov.
Yeah, we are. You able to work then?
Well, me and young Tristan here, we've put in our fair share of guarding in our time.
All right.
Well,
Well, that's good. We
nothing
need
as fancy and grand as this place, to be sure, but garden's garden when all's said and done.
Well, that's good. That's good. You don't have any, niceties towards elves, do you?
Not particularly, no.
That's
I don't really
alright
know
then.
what an elf is. There's just
Oh,
short,
well, that's
short
alright
people
then.
with spiky heads, then, isn't they?
Something like that. Yeah, we keep them in a box, but we
Ah.
need to, make sure that they don't escape from the box. So, but if you're happy guarding them, that's fine. We can.
That's proper guarding, that is.
Yeah,
Here's some people in a box. Don't let them get out. That's some proper guarding.
that sounds right. Yep. All right. Well, the box is over there. Just occasionally check it every so often. There'll be the food ration brought up shortly. So when that turns up, just feed them. Don't let them get out the box. And yeah, if you stay up in the morning, I'll pay you.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I'll see you in the morning then.
All right.
Come on, you. I'm gonna gesture to Tristan. Come on, you.
Tristan
This is
follows.
my protege, Tristan. He's doing very well, I think, in the garden business. Is it all right if he comes along and shadows me?
Well, should be fine. Yeah.
Thank you very
Always
much.
could do with more guards in the city.
Will he be getting a payment as well? Half payment?
Oh yeah, sure.
payment?
I'll put you down for a payment. If you're here for more than like a couple of months, you can get we can start to getting you your pieces of armor sorted with your nice gold shine. Eventually, you'll look as
Ooh,
good
that'd
as
be
the rest
nice,
of us.
Shiny armor, interesting. Yeah, that's good. Look after you in this big town, don't they?
Oh, yep. Just
Alright,
have
well,
to
thank
prove
you.
your worth.
Thank you very much. All right, well, I'll see you in the morning then, boss.
All right. Good night.
And, ta. All right, I guess we wander over to the box. And so I'll just as when no one's listening, just be like, okay, well, if you can have a little chat with the prisoners, that would be quite useful. But don't make it obvious, and feel free to occasionally kick the box or swear. And if when you get the food ration, gob in it. That's important. It makes you look like a proper guard. But of course, as we don't exactly agree with it, try and accidentally gob over the side or a bit too far forward so it misses the plate. I'm just explaining to Tristan, just like rules of guarding. These are laws written in stone. But,
I think Tristan's just worried about how he's going to get Els to trust him to tell him what's going on.
I don't know. I don't know either how I'm going to do it either, to be honest. But just try your best. All right. So I guess we get to the box and we start. I'm gonna just sort of patrol around it, or do we? Well, probably what we do is we stand guard at one at each end. Are there any other guards watching the box at the moment?
No.
Okay.
No one else seems to care about the box.
Every
far
every
away-
half hour or
where's
so,
the-
we'll do a circuit of it just to make sure.
Where is the box in association with the rest of the guards? Like, how far away?
Basically, it's like the sort of gallows or sort of area where they're basically killing the mages is like directly above where you are, and the cage that keeps all of those mages is like off to the side, where it's quite well lit and it's got quite a lot of guards guarding it. Then there's some stairs down to where you are now, where there's just a box in the dark, and no one seems to care about it at all.
Right. What we'll do is we'll take turns doing the talking, so that there's at least one of us watching out for other people who might be coming close. So I guess I'll do first.
Okay.
Actually, do you want to go first, Tristan?
I'll watch you, see how you do, and I'll watch out for you.
Oh, all right then. So I'm gonna walk up to the box and say, "All right, which one of yous did it?"
You get a kind of look of contempt from all the sort of elves you can vaguely see in the dark. It's pretty damn dark.
It's pretty damn dark. Oh, none of you then. Well, how's about I let you go then, eh? And I'm gonna dangle some keys that I got.
You again just the ones you can see just draw their eyes off you.
Oh. Well, all right then. Fine. Don't have to let you go, I suppose. I don't get paid if I don't hold you here, so. How long have you lot been in here anyway? Days? Weeks? Months?
Again,
Not sure
you
if you're
just get
smiling at me or the cat.
you just get again just total silence from everyone in the box.
Oh. Come on, you lot. I know you're not deaf. I know you're not stupid. And I may be willing to help, or given value of help, if I know what the hell's going on. Grey Wardens, you see,
Wrapped yourself up in a cable.
ain't too picky about who comes into their ranks. That includes elves. So I happen to know a couple. At this point, I'm going to turn around, make sure, I'm going to walk around the box, just, I'm just checking to make sure the box is secure, yeah, totally, yeah.
As you come back to the other end, you and you sort of look into the cage. You see a shoe fly past your head by millimeters, and someone at the back going, "Shut up, scam!"
Interesting.
Does that scum me or scum someone in there? I can't see. It's a bit dark. Well, see in the dark. Well, I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but you're not there. Shush. I'm gonna go and pick up the shoe and pop it just inside the bars.
Mm-hmm.
And say, you know, you dropped something. Pass it along to whoever's it is. Why am I scum? Out of interest, I'd like to know why I'm scum. It makes me more, I don't know, satisfied if I can prove you wrong.
You again just get met with total silence.
Oh my god, you guys are cheery lot, aren't you? Christ. Wait, Christ doesn't exist in this universe, does he?
No.
Andraste.
And Ross.
Madras sauce. Are you all... what's it called? What's that fancy word? Come on, help me out here, you lot. The fancy word for accepting. What is it? Begins with an R.
You just watch as
Resigned.
another shoe flies out from the darkness and like bounces off your chest pathetically.
Resigned. There you go. Resigned to your death. Now, I don't think you is, because if you was resigned to your death, you wouldn't be chucking shit at me. You know? Chucking your shoes at me. But let me get that. Put that one through the bars as well. See, I reckon at least some of yous is willing to fight. I don't know how. I don't know if you're able to fight. If you're magics or you got knives or a catapult, maybe. But I reckon at least some of yous has got a bit of fizz in your blood. Grey Wardens want fizz. That's what I'm told. Never met the buggers. Except for the blue I rode in on. But it'd be a damn shame to see you all slaughtered like cattle. And now I'm gonna do another, you know, walk around the box to make sure, you know, make sure there's no one escaping. Yeah, I'm doing my duty as a guard.
At this point, a guard slowly makes his way down past Tristan and goes, "Alright, well, I guess it's one of them." And he just walks over towards the box, undoes the lock, and just grabs the first one near it, who doesn't even seem to fight. They just accept it as they're sort of dragged up the stairs.
Damn. Is the door... He locked the door behind him, presumably? Yep. Are you all gonna take that line down? Guess you are. Guess you got no fizz. It's a damn shame, you know? I was hoping I could help. But, you know, guess just a small town guard. What do I know, eh? About things in the big city?
At this point, this youngish elf just appears at the bars in front of you and just goes, "Look, just leave us alone. Stop taunting us. We know we're gonna die. Just leave us alone."
Is that your shoes, by the way? I've got them here.
Now,
I'm gonna give them a shoe.
they sort of gesture to their own feet, and you can see they're still wearing shoes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, well, I mean, you're probably right. But everyone dies, don't they?
Yeah,
So why not
well,
fight going out?
You try being an elf. Then just goes.
No,
and you just
not
see
yet.
him walk back into the darkness.
Bloody hell. Yeah, no helping those who don't want helping. It's a damn shame. Oh well. Any others wanna talk about what's going on? If I can help, how I can help? Because otherwise I'm just gonna be stood out here till morning, watching you
Listen.
slowly get taken one by one.
Tristan kind of coughs and is like, "Ask about Decimus." Cough, cough.
Oh right, it's a very specific cough.
Let's do this.
it's Morse code, you see. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, good, coming along well. Actually, Tristan, there's a Grey Warden. I'll tell you. Little hint. You got marked, don't you? On your arm, left arm, right arm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep it hidden. I'll see
One of
that.
the elves, one of the elves, sort of gives you a sort of side glance from this, as in kind of like, no, no.
Okay. So, what was it? What was his name? Decimal? Demix? Decimus? Demisus?
Decimus.
Decimus. There we go. The chat what started this, and then I'm going to do another round just to make sure no escapees, and also coincidentally no one listening in. I don't suppose anyone's listening in, are they? No one's paying attention to the box.
No, no, it's a box of elves. No one cares about it.
Was he an elf? Was he not? Was he just some idiot with a big sticker boom, or was he evil?
You just see this very tired voice come from in the box. He started the fire. That's all you need to know.
Is he dead?
No, he fled.
That's a damn shame. Not a user be in there if he hadn't fled. Well, actually, maybe you would. Alright, Tristan. He's don't talk very much, but give him a go, eh? Maybe you can get a couple, smuggle a few of them out, get into your Grey Warden patrol troop, battalion, whatever.
Okay, so he walks over.
Swap positions, I guess. You know, I'll be on lookout, and
Yeah.
and you can do the talking and the pretending to guard. Well, actually, you are still guarding them.
Yeah.
It's convenient having the people you're questioning being looked up.
I probably mentioned the whole, because Grey Wardens have the whole thing where they can step in to someone getting killed, like executed, and recruited for the Grey Wardens instead.
Oh, interesting.
Conscription, yeah.
Yeah, like assuming Starkhaven will
respect your authority.
Yeah. But I would mention that I can totally conscript anyone that is willing to help us out with figuring out what's going on with Decimus. Because if Decimus is an evil mage and people are being put to death for no reason, we want to find Decimus and help.
Yep.
We want those mages for the front line, or at least the back line, one of the lines. Well, I don't actually, because I'm just a town guard, but the rest of them.
The one that gave you the side eye just kind of gives you a sort of strange look at Tristan and goes, "So, what proof do we have that you're genuine?"
I mean, I could show you my Grey Warden insignias I've hidden, but is that really? I mean, you kind of have to just have faith that I'm telling the truth, because anything I say.
But carefully, so no one else sees.
Right, the arm. I always forget the arm. So I show him the arm.
It's been a long time since you've been tattooed, alright? I'll be back in a minute, lads.
Yeah, sure.
See you in a minute.
So, you show him the mark on your arm, and he immediately kind of moves forward and goes, "Alright, okay, I'll play along. What do you want to know?"
Well, I want to know who the bad guy, is Decimus a bad mage, or is Decimus just being persecuted?
He decided to start a fire because all the Templars were being a bit keen about many mage outside the circle, and he thought it was best that when the circle mages wouldn't help those outside, he thought if he kind of took with their hand and made them have to, then maybe they'd do more. Turned out all it did was it made a lot of the mages flee for their lives, and the ones that left that did want to fight have all been caged up and are going to be killed.
So Decimus isn't really necessarily the bad guy.
Well, he's caused a lot of death, put it that way, but I don't know what you want to say about it.
Interesting. But turning him over could save more mages than.
Well, if they listen, yeah, I think they're just quite happy killing everyone, to be honest. And he just sort of gestures to a thing, and you just notice that there's blood starting to seep through the ceiling into a puddle on the floor.
Mm. Do you know where Decimus fled to?
Yeah, he left, and I think he was going to Kirkwall.
Interesting. And is anyone in there willing to come out and help us if I manage to convince the city guards that you're being conscripted?
Well, I suppose I could. I don't know about anyone else, and at this point, you just feel a kind of like grumble from everyone else behind, going, and he just goes, "We can't always believe it's tricking, all right? We need to believe sometimes it's true." He goes, "Well, I mean, I suppose."
I think at this point I'd have to confer with the others about whether or not they're willing to go after Decimus and help everyone.
Oh, I see. All right. He just looks he looks a little crestfallen.
But don't worry, I've got sway.
Yeah,
Got charisma.
that's what the last one said.
um but yeah, I wouldn't want to like agree to do something without conferring the others, considering they'd be their asses on the line too.
All right.
So I'd
elf-
probably
No, sorry. There you go.
I was gonna say leave one of us to go continue guarding and then the other to go talk to the other two.
Okay. Well, we'll leave William guarding, since he's currently engaged in conversation elsewhere, and we'll have you go back to the cart and swap to the other two. So as you arrive back, Ruth has finally sold a couple more potions.
So,
So what do you want to say?
So I fill them in about the elves, what happened with the Decimus set fire, but that it doesn't sound. I'm conflicted in whether or not Decimus is necessarily the bad guy. It's just the bad guy that the Templars have made out to be the bad guy. But there's the question of would bringing Decimus in put an end to killing innocent mages? Because Decimus did set fire to the circle, so it's not like he's completely guilt-free.
Yes, there's still a lot of questions of motivation here. Do we have any idea how many Templars there are? If it's us against an entire force, a platoon, I'm not sure I rate our chances.
And I promised some of the elves that I would try to use a conscription to try and get them out, which they might help us find Decimus if we do manage to conscript them. But will the guards listen to? Will Starkhaven higher ups listen to our Grey Warden conscription policy? They could ignore us.
The question is, do we ask first or do a jailbreak?
Ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah.
They seem to pretty much be ignoring the elves' cage, except with a random going down to grab one out. So I don't think it would necessarily be impossible, but we'd have to have an escape route planned.
What's this about escape routes? You're not escaping without me, are you?
No. Tristan has came back to Wraith and Ruth to tell us the deal with the elves.
You've been left to continue guarding on your own.
Yeah. Tristan snuck out to tell us the deal.
What was the deal? What did I miss? Anything much?
An elf did speak that they would potentially be willing to tell you something if they were to get conscription in return.
And we're deciding if we want to seek permission first to conscript them or do a jailbreak.
Would the Grey Wardens have any kind of treaty with Starkhaven? Like,
They have,
given the way they've operated, to my
yeah,
memory, in the past.
they have a treaty with every nation, and I would imagine that includes the free cities, which is like Starkhaven, Kirkwall, Montsamar, that I can never say it, and there's Markham.
Montserrat.
What was the
Well,
other one? Ostwick.
It-
Ostwick.
And Tantaril.
Oh, and Tanterville, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like free cities, independently run, but the Grey Wardens are known for like taking criminals, and because the war's been going on for so long, I'd imagine that most of them are used to having their criminals like emptied because the Grey Wardens have been picking them all up.
Okay. Well, on that basis, then we can leverage that, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I just don't know if they'll let us take a lot of mages, though. That's the
They
problem.
might not. Yeah, they might say, well, there's not enough guards to keep, all of these mages under control. We'll only let you take 5 or 6.
But better to save what we can than walk away.
Yeah. It's either a few or none, or potentially all of them, and then have a whole city of Templars descend on us.
Yeah, they would not be pleased.
No.
Yep.
And I don't think we can get away with blowing up an entire city in broad daylight, because we don't have any red lyrium either. So
No.
So I think we probably
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. I think we probably go to the guy and ask if we can conscript 5 of his elves. Yes, Mr. Crowley.
The question is, would they let you take the elves, or would they say, don't bother with the elves, take the Yumis instead?
I don't know. I think they might probably prefer us to take the elves because they don't think of them as anything. So they're not really worth it. Almost. We could always see how many they're willing to give us.
That's true.
I mean, if they cared about the elves, like, being executed, they would have executed them first.
Yeah, not one by one.
Sure.
Let's go ask.
Right, so you are at the back. Wraith and Tristan at the fore. And
Do you want to finish your guard rotation first before we... And then we have a night...
recuperate.
I don't know if you can hear him shouting.
Yes.
Or not.
Yes. Yes.
I think he's just trying to shout whenever this one's been quiet, so
I will be back. He's needing out.
sure.
Let's finish the rotation then. Sneak your way back.
Yeah.
And we'll
I'll see my way back and fill you in.
actually, I guess the question is, how many of them will they have executed by the time the rotation's finished?
Oh, that's true.
I guess it depends if the executioner, works 9 till 5, as it were, or if he goes until there's no one left.
All right. As you try to debate this, you sort of walk upstairs to see what's going on, and you see that the one in the fine robes that was there before, who was reading everything, has disappeared. In his place, what looks like a very fat guard, who just kind of like gestures vaguely, and they bring someone out, and he goes, "Yeah," doesn't say much else, and then there's the chopping happens. So he just seems to just not really care. He's just happy to just let it happen without even like reading off the names or anything.
He ran back in, so I apologize if you hear him screaming in the background.
It's fine.
It is raining outside, and he is displeased.
I think many people are used to the sound of screaming cats on this channel.
Yeah. Okay, so, what time is it now? Night? Evening?
It's evening. It's like quite late, quite a late evening.
Okay,
And the guard is kind of like sitting there, and once, about maybe after maybe 20, 30 minutes, he kind of goes, bring another one out. And they go and drag a mage from the box, kicking and screaming. They sort of lock him down and behead him, and they're just going to get a very kind of like, they make a lot of mess, don't they? Yeah. Oh well, which one was that one? Oh, I don't know. You didn't ask him his name? No. We've got a list here, how do we know we've not killed that one? Oh well, what name do you think? This name? Yeah, that looks about right. We'll say that was him there. There we go. Alright.
If they have a list of names, then why are they why are they executing them if it's not Demicas? Demiglass?
Decimus.
Decimals. Decimus. There we go.
As you sort of
Bloody wizard names.
as you express this to yourself, and the guard leans down and goes, well, one of them might know him. We don't know that, we've just got the name from when we got them.
Oh. Smart.
Yeah, I mean, he walks over and takes the list from the fat guard and comes over and shows you, because, see, all these people that's up here, they're all people that we know were in the circle that we have in the cage. And you notice that as soon as it gets to elves, it's literally just a number, just 1 to like 500. And it's just like, yeah, we've still got.
That's a lot of elves. Sorry, I thought this box was like, the size of a small room. I didn't realize
there's only about 30 elves in the box, but it's like 1, 4, 312, 44, 29. They're just random numbers. They're not even given names. And so, yeah,
I'm so like,
Yikes.
Ruth is raging, internally raging.
So
Right.
the elves were given numbers when we caught them. Whereas these people up here with their actual full names, we need to know which ones are them, because some of them might have ties to Decimus, you see.
How do you know how are they tied to him?
Well, they might have known him from the circle.
I suppose. Every so often, because I'm still a guard, every so often I'm just going to be like making sure the box is still like, present and correct. Just because I'm trying to make a good impression here.
Oh, don't worry about that. If no one notices that it's fine, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, it's just trying to do my best, Look,
Yeah,
gotta look sharp. And then one day I might look sharp like you do.
Oh, that's
With your
true,
nice shiny
yeah.
armour, eh?
That's very true. Yeah, that'd be nice. If it's always good when you see the youngins get their new armor.
Yeah. Well, an old one in my case, eh? Oh dear. Anyway. But yeah. Oh, cool. Interesting. What is that thing anyway? That thing that holds them down? Is it just is it like a
Oh, well, that's
chair?
Well, it's got to hold their hands and it's got to hold their mouth shut, because apparently that's how they do the blood magic.
Oh, I see.
So, it's got to kind of keep their hands over there so they can't do the sort of wiggle thing. It's gotta keep the mouth
they
shut so they can't do the
their
talking
wiggles,
thing.
don't they, for magic? Don't
Oh,
they? You see
yeah,
it
they
all the
like their
time.
wiggles. They like their wiggles, these magic people, yeah.
Two old farts who know nothing about something, convincing each other they actually know everything about it.
Mhm.
Very knowledgeable folks.
Mhm.
Oh god, strikes a bit too close to home, really, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Anyway, all right. Has anyone else? Have the others got back, or are they? Has Tristan got back first of all?
Yeah.
All right. You done taking a piss, mate? All right. Go and look after the box. I'm talking with the distinguished gentleman over here.
Alright.
So you can now have an opportunity to talk, perhaps, with some of those elves, while
Right.
I keep them distracted.
So I talked to the elf and explained that we've decided that we're gonna try and get some of them out
Okay.
if they're willing to be conscripted.
Okay. Yes. There's a couple of them that are willing to be conscripted.
I mean, you know, there's a choice between death in the next 24 hours versus death in, well, anywhere between 48 hours and 20 years, depending if how lucky they get. But hey ho, it's another day, and they'll be treated like. Well, I was going to say like citizens, but they're going to be treated like foot soldiers because that's what
Mhm.
they'll be,
Mm.
which you know is not quite perhaps as nice as a citizen would get, but you know at least it's fair. It's all horrible, but at least everyone suffers. There's no one grinding you down. Anyway, has the guards got anything interesting, anything interesting to say, or shall I just keep them talking
He's
to
just gonna keep
distract?
vaguely talking, and then you hear
Yeah.
a small bell being rung. And it's like, oh, well, it seems his lordship needs a hand. Do you wanna go help him?
Me? I don't even know who his lordship is.
Oh,
I'll be all saluting the footman.
oh no, just go up them stairs. You'll see him. He'll be in a. He's under house arrest. He's going to be executed in a couple of days. But
Oh,
you
is
know,
he?
you can't keep his lordship in a box. No, no, God, no.
No.
So he's up there. Just go
Oh.
talk to him. Tell him that ask what he wants. We'll sort him out.
All right. Fair enough.
Is there anyone not being executed in the city?
Oh, anytime we see anyone in robes, we just try and pick them up.
Seems fair. All right, I'll go see his lordship then. Ooh, fancy. Cool. Me seeing a lord. Well. All right. Well, I guess I'll toodle off. Oh, you all right down there, Tristan?
Yeah, I got
keep,
this.
Keep it tight, ship. Mr. Crowley. All right, I go to his lordship then.
Alright, you go up, and as you get to the top, you see two other large men in robes leaving, and the guards seem incredibly respectful to them. And then the doors closed again, and one of the guards goes, "Yeah, he's just saying his lawyers are leaving, so yeah, that was all he was looking for."
Sorry, I don't understand.
Well,
my brain has had my brain's broken.
he was just ringing his bell to say his lawyers were done.
Oh, do I need to take him somewhere? Box or?
Oh no, just go back down, tell them everything's fine. It's just the lawyers were here.
Oh, well, all right. It's just they had robes on, you know.
Oh yeah, but you can't touch a lawyer. They use their
I
words,
suppose.
They're more dangerous than mages.
Oh, jeez. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I better be careful then. All right then. Right. Tell them that the lawyers are visited. Got it. I'll give them a salute as you meant to other guards, and I'll mosey off downstairs. Yeah, do I see anything interesting on the way?
No, you just see a bunch of guards that are sort of lazily standing around, not really doing anything.
It is one man.
Hmm.
All right, I'll go and say to the big man that it was just some lawyers leaving.
All right. Did they enjoy the bread?
I don't know. I didn't ask about the bread. Was I meant to ask about the bread?
No, it's fine. I'm sure that if they didn't like it, they just told us. All right, no problem. Well,
Sorry.
if you see any more lawyers, just take them straight up to him. He's the only one who's going to be allowing them.
All right. I'll make sure I do that then. If I see lawyers, take them to his lordship. Got it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, that's all. He sort of again, he's just idly just picking at his fingernails, just like, yeah, just do whatever you need. We'll catch you in a few hours. I'm gonna have some sleep.
Fair enough.
His elves can wait.
Have a good.
He puts his feet up on the
Yeah.
desk and just starts leaning back.
Are there any people in the prison jail?
Oh, there's
any
about a
Yumis?
good 15 or so of them there.
Oh, okay. All right.
As you get
all
close,
right.
a couple of them are leaning to the bars and going like, "You must understand. I was just passing through. I'm not a mage."
Well, you got the robes and all.
Oh, yeah, that's because I just like free flowing clothing and all that. I'm not a mage.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Oops.
Just gonna look around awkwardly and then be like, well, see you when I see ya.
He reaches out and grabs you by the arm and goes, "You must do something. I can't die."
Well, why not? Everyone dies in the end.
He looks at you with very pleading eyes, but not really have any idea what to say, and he just opens and closes his mouth a bunch of times and lets go of you.
Hmm. I don't think there's anything I can do. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do. Sorry, mate. Better luck next time.
Again,
See you in the
just-
next life.
He just watches you very sadly as you walk off.
What am I gonna do, eh?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Anyway, I'll go back down to Tristan
Mm-hmm.
to look at the box.
Yep.
Because I guess actually, yeah, because there's probably a reasonable number of guards around the Yumis.
Yep.
I gotta stop
there's
calling
three
them
or four
Humies.
guards around the humans, but there's no guards down here.
Well, except for Rusty.
Yep.
All right. What did the other two say then? Anything interesting?
That we should try and talk to them about getting, like, agreeing to honor the Grey Warden conscription to get some of the elves out.
Well, I guess you're the highest in chief command. So you're probably the one with the authority.
Question is, will Starkhaven honor it? But we won't know until we know.
We won't know until we know. What's the worst that could happen? If they choose not to honour it, they'll what? Kick us out? That's not the end of the world. I think we stocked up on anything we needed.
As long as they don't decide to, you know, go after our friends because they're elves.
That's fine. We'll just say they're slaves or something.
Yeah, they belong to us.
Listen, they're there to staunch our injuries when we go into battle. Listen, we need them. We might not get any others, but you know, we'll keep on to them too. At least I reckon. Shouldn't be too hard. They've got their tattoos and stuff, don't they? In fact, the trickiest bit might be me because I ain't actually a Grey Warden, is I? I'm just a town guard.
Yeah, but we should be fine. I mean, if they wanted the elves, if they were that keen on killing the elves, they would have killed them first.
There's still some humans as well. And how they got dragged in, I'm not sure, but well, same as the elves. Just saw someone with a magic thing and was like, oh well, that'll do. Bit stupid, if you ask me, to go after everybody in the city. What has
magic.
robe?
Yeah, they're
That's
not even
like a lot of
necessarily going
people.
after. They're even going
That's a
after
lot of
people. They're just wearing robes. Like they aren't even mages.
It's like, you know, you're a hairdresser at the hairdressers, and you got one of them wearing one of them robes. I saw it once when I went to big city. Well, it was big town. Well, small town. And they had this like cloth thing that went all down you, so they could trim your beard and it wouldn't go all on your clothes. It was actually pretty cool stuff. But can you imagine if they go around and arrest all people in the barbers? It'd be ridiculous. Well, it is ridiculous, but still.
But if the elves we get out know something about Decimus, and we can find Decimus and figure out what's going on, maybe we can save all of the mages.
Maybe. That would be nice, but I suspect, based on how many there are here and how many there are upstairs and the rate at which they're getting through them, I don't think there'll be many left by morning. Or even by midday. Anyway, he said something about blood magic as well. The guard was saying about how That's Demic. The bad guy's name. Bad guy who did the bad mage. He was doing blood magic apparently. Stuff gives me the creeps. It's creepy stuff. Blood magic. So,
Yeah, but blood magic, it just depends on how you use it. You know, it can be used for good or it can be used for evil. It's like anything.
Oh, I'll see. What, like this Albert then?
Yeah.
Guess I never thought of it like that. Then again, I never was a thinking type. Imam, bless her heart, she wasn't gifted with brains and she didn't give me brains either. Not you, Mum. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate timing. And but yeah, so should we
So
you want to get the others in the cart looking sufficiently enslaved, and I'll
Efficiently
I'll
like
stick-
Grey Wardens.
Mm-mm.
all right. So you return back. You all return back to the cart as your shift is finished. You've been given a small bag of like maybe 50 silver.
Very nice.
So that's the two of you been paid for that. You return back to the cart to find that Ruth has finally sold out of all the potions they had immediately made. It seems overnight there was a bunch of rather drunk folk that thought the potion tasted fantastic, so they kept buying lots of it off them.
Nice.
Their joints are so thin now. Is that how that works? Preventing inflammation? What's deflation, I guess? His joints are so deflated now. Healed for days. Anyway. Alright, well. Let's get us all kitted out. Grey Warden business. And get some of these convicts. And push on, I guess, to wherever we're going next.
All right. So you all pack up your stuff.
Hopefully, if we get there before the big cheese is there, we could possibly, like, you know, not exactly bully, but like, you know. Actually, no, because does he know who we are? He probably does know who we are. Okay, never mind. Might need to wait until the big cheese is there. Either way, let's go and try our luck before the big cheese gets there and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you make your way back up with the cart and everything, and as you turn up, and which one of you is doing the talking?
Probably Tristan. Tristan's
yeah.
the most senior Grey Warden.
Okay.
Make sure you have your sleeves rolled up, you two,
Yeah.
just so it's very, very obvious that you're Grey Wardens.
And I've got all my patches, like my uniform's complete again, so it's full Grey Warden.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Uniform.
got our marks visible.
Okay.
I'm going to look as officious as possible. Maybe I could be guarding you two.
So you turn up, and as you sort of turn the cart, the lead guard comes over and goes, "What's all this thing?"
We're in here on Grey Warden business. We're here to conscript some of your captives.
All right. Well, they're over there. Unless you want his lordship, he's up the stairs.
Interesting.
Lord's a bit above our pay station, isn't it?
I'm curious now, though.
Tristan. Well, shall we get some of these convicts on the cart for you then?
Yeah, we were specifically looking at some of the elves.
Oh, all right
He
then.
just gives you a
Yes,
sort of
sir.
blank look and goes, "The what?"
The elves.
No,
Do I
no,
need
no.
to spell that for
if
you?
you want mages, there's a cage just there full of them.
No, elves.
Really?
L-E-L-B-E-S.
He just throws you the keys and goes, "Just take them."
All right, yes, sir.
Let's pull it to us. We don't have to kill him then. Frees us up
I
some time.
suppose.
I'm just gonna like nudge somebody and be like, "Do we not want the other mages too?"
Oh.
Thank you.
I didn't think they would give us all of them.
Worth a try.
Worth try.
Alright,
mean,
well,
well-
thank you. Thank you. All right, shall I get the elves, sir, and you can maybe deal with the proper mages?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well,
is there going to be enough
you
room
have
for
to
them
tell me
all?
the names of the mages you're taking over there, but the elves just take what you want. I don't care.
Aye. I'll do the elves then, and you can do the business with the names and the writing. You know I'm not so good with that.
Yeah, Ruth's gonna go with William and like help tend to some of the elves and be like, "It's okay, I'm one of you. It's
You
fine."
literally pull up
Right.
almost a second cart and get all these elves out. The guards
Yeah.
don't care.
Nice.
I'm not surprised. But I like the idea of going up to the cave, the sort of box with the elves, and being like, "Hey, it's me. I'm back. I've got good news. You're all being conscripted into the Grey Wardens. Isn't that exciting? Now, many of you will die, but on the plus side, it won't be tomorrow. It will be in somewhere between, I don't know, next week and, say, 30 years if you're lucky. If you don't want to join the Grey Wardens, you are more than welcome to stay here. But anyone who wants to live for a bit beyond tomorrow, come this way. Onto the cart, we'll get you out of the city, and then after that, we'll worry about the logistics. But let's get you out of this place first before they chop your heads off."
All right. You just take all the elves. There's only one or two of them that are still kind of confused, but when you basically take all the rest of them apart from them, they just kind of shrug and just go along with you as
You're
well.
just like, follow the crowd.
So you have about a cart full of like 50 elves.
God.
Um,
It's very full.
after a couple of minutes of bouncing off the of like randomly like poking people in the normal mage thing, you managed to take 7 of the normal mages.
Nice.
You know?
I'm still curious about them letting me talk to the lordship.
We could probably talk to him after we've taken all of his speech.
Like,
We could.
would it?
Alternatively, while the carts are still here, I could be standing guard with the 2 other Grey Wardens, and you could go speak to his lordship and see what's up. Or maybe take Wraith with you. He's a lawyer. You might be amenable to seeing someone who's a lawyer.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm.
And then me and Ruth can just sort of like hang around. Just keep an eye on the 2 carts for now.
Yeah, I'm tending to the wounded.
Yeah, I guess we could have like a train of carts. You know, I'll go around like, we need to buy a cart quick. We need some more space for people. That
Okay.
will be taking to the front lines. Well, not necessarily the front lines, but certainly the support lines.
Mhm.
Maybe the front lines. Depends how good they are.
Right.
All right then, Mr. Lawyer and Tristan, off you pop.
So yeah, we want to talk to the lordship.
Yeah, let's go and find them.
Alright, okay, well, oh god, he's got a lawyer with him. Just go. I'm not been involved. They seem
Okay.
to back away from Wraith as soon as they see him. And they go, he calls one of the guards to him and says, "Get the bread, get it quickly. You know what they're like when they don't have the bread." And the guard he tells runs off very quickly.
I think Wraith is going to maintain a suitably grim countenance and just kind of stare him down, waiting for the bread.
Okay. So you head up to the door. As you get near the door, the guards immediately clock Wraith and open the door and stand back to turn to attention in that kind of like "please don't look at me" style.
God, it's so convenient having a lawyer,
Well,
even a fake lawyer.
We'll stride through with some authority then.
Right, so you stride through and you see a relatively old-looking man. He turns to look at you and he's wearing very quite fine robes. And on the table seems to be several half-eaten, what looks like some sort of pie. And he goes, "What's going on? You're not my usual lawyer."
No, I'm here on Grey Warden business, as a matter of fact.
"Oh, okay, well, That's good news, I suppose. What can I do for the Grey Wardens?
No, we're curious what's going on here. Why are who Decimus was and why the mages are being killed because
Decimus
of
was a
him.
young, misunderstood child. But forgive my manners. I am First Enchanter Goran at your service.
Mm.
Good to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I was in charge of the Circle of Magi before it was tragically burnt down.
So is Decimus misunderstood, or did
Well,
he?
he wanted us to expand and take more people in because we wouldn't accept his girlfriend.
Eh.
His girlfriend?
Well,
What?
he was very sweet on this young girl, and her being an elf, they weren't very keen on, taking her in for the sake of it. If she'd been a, normal noble, they'd have taken her in with open arms. But, there was a lot of debate in the sort of cabinet about whether we should take in such a commoner, as it were, even if they do show magical prowess. So, when, we wouldn't expand, and the Templars got a little bit, well, you know how Templars are. Got a little bit of that about all the the growing mages outside. Then I think Decimus thought he could do it himself. Encourage us all to stand as one. But unfortunately, his way of doing it was to set fire to the circle. So
Yes.
now we don't have a circle anymore.
And
So are you
everyone... Sorry.
Are you set to be executed?
Apparently, I'm due to die in a couple of days, but they want to make a big scene of it. They want to make some show that, even if they can't find Decimus, then they're willing to even kill me. So I suppose that's something, I guess.
Where is
What if-
Decimus?
What if we found Decimus?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We haven't heard from Kirkwall in several days.
Is that where Decimus fled?
Well, I assume so. We sent feelers out to all the sort of surrounding villages, well, surrounding towns even. We sent some to Kirkwall, some to Markham, some to Ansburg. Not heard anything from any of them, really. We sent as far as Antiva and have heard nothing from there either. It's very strange. It's not like my contacts to sort of abandon me like this.
I've got a bad feeling that one of the elves we met and possibly slaughtered was Decimus. Oh shit.
I might have expected some more resistance if it was Decimus.
Possibly. But he didn't know us. No idea we were after him. We weren't after him. What about that grave digging? Does that do with it?
Grave digging?
Probably
What?
not.
Plus
I'm not here.
Canary.
Alright.
I'm talking to me, sorry. I'm talking to me. I'm not here. I'm
That's
down
fine.
at the cart.
Yeah.
Petting the headless horse. How do we get the headless horse past the guards?
We didn't get. He's not headless. It's
He's
a
just undead.
skeleton horse.
Skeleton horse.
It's undead.
But
That's
Skeleton
even
horse.
worse. Why would they let that in the city?
they've dealt
Okay,
with
whatever.
Navarra. There's countless undead horses in Navarra.
Yes.
Fields are full of them.
Yes.
They're eating grass and it just sort of dropping back down onto the ground
Yeah.
because, they don't have throats or necks or stomachs.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry to give you bad news, but there's a great deal of, I don't know, conflict across various nations right now. The Canary and the Darkspawn are both moving on force, which might account for you not hearing things from your messengers.
That's not the best sign. Hang on. He sort of goes to his things, and then you hear a strange sort of cawing sound, and as you look over to the window, you see a a raven has arrived. And he goes, "Ah, news, news. Ah, here we go." He takes the thing off the clip and goes, "Oh." Apparently,
news.
there's the Dales have fallen. I'm not sure who to, but the Dales have apparently fallen.
Oh God.
Oh,
Well,
That's terrible
that's
news.
bad news to someone. Well, it's Orley. That's miles away. That's not my problem right now.
Oh, it's a problem for all of us.
Well, not for him. He's going to be dead in 2 days.
Yeah, but if the Dales have fallen, that means the Darkspawn have crossed over the mountains and the barriers held in Orlais, which means
Oh no, that is bad.
yeah,
That is
we're-
really bad.
yeah. So and the Quinari are invading from the north.
Okay,
So yeah.
conscript that guy if you can. Otherwise, we're going, and we're going fast.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not there. Sorry.
Well, I'm not going to argue with the advice. I suppose we'll lean into that, and then I'm just be like, well, on that basis, you potentially one hope of if you're willing to join the Grey Ward and fight.
Well, it would be interesting. I'm rather old. I don't know if I'd do very good, but I could at least come for an advisory role.
I'm sure that there would be positions for a man of your experience and knowledge.
Oh, that's fine. Let me just gather my things. And he just goes and picks up a couple of piles of papers and stuff.
I think we maybe should announce to the refugees as well. Because this is not a safe place either.
How far is where we are? Where's the map?
Quite
Is there
far.
a map?
We're quite far away. I can't find a map right now. I will.
They'll be fine.
I'll post it in the chat later.
They'll be fine. Maybe mention to a couple of people in past. Listen, I'll mention. You tell me. I'll mention it to the guards. They'll let people know real quick.
Yeah.
Nobody gossips like a guardsman with nothing to do.
Because if the Quinari are heading here,
I'll
oh,
put
yeah.
the map that I actually use that I find really useful in.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that is a good map.
That is a really cool map.
Anyway, carry on.
The
Yeah.
Dales have fallen.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
So that. Yeah. So we are. Oh gosh, I need to make it bigger.
I was gonna say I can't even see
Where's the free marches?
I can see-
There.
Tangerville.
I can see Starkhaven. Starkhaven's the big one.
Yeah, it's a big city. It has the only royal family of the Free Marches, but they specifically run Starkhaven. Come on, computer.
So we've been past Kirkwall.
Right. Well, I'll let you look at that. So you gather up your cart. You gather up this gentleman, and you head out with your second cart full of elves out of Starkhaven.
So we want to head towards Nevada, or Cumberland is where we want to head to, because that's Orlais.
Could we cross the Shining Sea?
Well,
To,
we did cross the Shining Sea at Kirkwall.
But do we want to cross it back again?
Not. Do we really want to?
Not
risk
for
net-
Eldon. No, I mean at Cumberland.
Oh, at Cumberland. Oh yeah, we could probably sail from there.
Or
Yeah.
maybe Valence to. Man, where was that? Like seaport that fell to the Darkspawn really early on? Do we remember which one that was?
No. I'm assuming it's like near the heart.
If you mean the
I
one
don't-
you escaped from Ferelden during,
No,
No,
the one before that.
Way earlier. Way earlier than that.
The one where Ruth lost his leg.
Oh, that was
Pretty
that was
temporary.
Amaranthine, I think.
Amaranthine.
It
Okay.
was the fall after Dennerenfell. You fled north and then went from there, I believe. So you got into Orlais, but I can't remember. It's been a long time.
No,
Anyway.
but we could definitely get a boat
Anyway.
from Cumberland.
Yeah. Anyway,
because that's part of Orlais.
we need to get to the Dales ASAP.
Yeah, we need to get to the deals because that's.
I am. I'm not looking forward to this. My character's not. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be cool. But my character is like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Alright.
die, aren't I?
So you continue you head out of Starkhaven and continue heading. I assume it's east. If my
Yes.
directions are right, it should be east towards towards. You basically follow the river along, and we will go from there next time. So, does anyone have anything else they wish to add before we stop?
How are we gonna like feed and care for these like 60-odd people we've just picked up? We literally at the beginning of this session were like, oh, we got a load of people in our car. Let's just turn them loose into this refugee camp. Turned loose what? A dwarf and 3 elves.
And you've now got an army of 50 elves.
And now
Yeah.
we've got 50 mages in tow who presumably don't know how to hunt for their food.
But they do have magic, so
They do
will
have
be
magic.
Useful. They will be useful. And
We won't be wanting for fresh water at least.
no, exactly. But I think some of them will have like some skills that we
Hopefully.
can like use.
I wonder how many of them are going to slip away in the middle of the night.
I mean, the
Well,
entire
that's
cart will
kinda-
probably, in storyline, disappear over the next between this session and next.
That's fair. They're free to go.
Yeah,
I don't blame them.
how many of them do you think will be left, Pup?
Only the ones in your cart, which will be possibly the old man if I don't decide he's going to leave as well.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, I think that's
Like,
probably
are we
it.
talking like 5 people or like?
Yeah, a
20?
handful at best.
Oh wow, okay.
I can totally see some of the elves going off into the woods or joining a Dalish clan or something.
Yeah.
And Bruce just
mean,
like,
yeah.
nope, not my dad, not my dad.
All right.
Bach plays his dad on our writing floor.
Yeah. It's fun.
I mean, you never know. You never know what you'll come across.
Oh God, I did send you his backstory. So
You did,
yeah.
yes. I'll have to reread that as we go on. But yes, that will do us for this week. So yes, thank you very much, folks, for watching along. Try and think. Our next streams will be tomorrow. Should be me and Barry doing something. I've forgotten already what it was we're meant to be playing. I think it's some Pokemon game he wants to play. I need to find out what the fuck it is and get it installed because I'm not done yet. Tuesday will be indie horror all night because because there's no Verlasting this week, I believe. Wednesday will be whatever the fuck we're playing on Wednesday. I have no idea what we're playing on Wednesday, Tom. What are we playing on
neither.
Wednesday?
We are playing Ember.
Well, we could do Ember. We could double Ember for 2 weeks and just finish it. But then we're kind of stuck with what else the fuck do we do? Thursday will be more indie horror. Friday will be Ember. And then next Sunday will be more Dark Tide. And we'll continue the story. So yes, that'll do us. Mr. Eden, are you doing any streams anytime soon?
I don't know. I will put links if I do, but yeah, no plans right now.
It helps when I spell it correctly. There we go. And I will also do that we have affiliate links for dndice.co.uk and gemhammer.com. If you use Penance RPG at checkout, you get money off. Use those, buy more RPG stuff, play more games, have a laugh with it. So yes, that will do us for tonight. We'll raid out to someone, I think. Actually, nah, we won't because we've got no one watching. We'll just wind it there. But yes, thank you everyone for watching along.
Mm-hmm.
We'll catch you all next time. Till then, you all take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.